showing up with Tony T, yes, Ramon SEO. To the double T, be funnelin' these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The bonus team is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes a little something like this.
Well, that was a little bit of abrupt ending. I'll never make it as a DJ. I'm not the next Armin van Buren, obviously. Welcome to the Morning Steam. I'm Ramon Scott, live here in Las Vegas. I'm in a residency here, I guess. I'm not going to be doing any techno here, but Jay Peasy, that's our man with our theme song. The only reason we came back was to have our song played once again. How's it going, everybody? What a night last night in the playoffs. Unbelievable what went down in the NBA with the Lakers. A devastating loss. They trailed 2-0. What a shot by Murray. The back-to-back jumpers really to tie the game, win the game with 1 second left. LeBron, the back-to-back threes, the driving layup. Anthony Davis, he's great. 24 points. He looked gassed. He had foul trouble. And, well, the Lakers hopefully going to get something together, talking from a fan perspective here. Jokic, a strong game, of course. And Lakers 13 threes, still lose the game. It's heartbreaking for Lakers fans. But what a performance. And also the Sixers and the Knicks. Wow, the Knicks get that win. What a turn of events. It went from one way to the other. You could have made a fortune live betting each side of the game there late within the last few minutes, it feels like, doesn't it? The way that one went down. Wow, that was a thrill last night with the Knicks winning, all their players standing out. Hey, we don't need lottery picks, right? We've got all these good guys. We've got the Nova Knicks, and what a performance by those Nova Knicks last night. Oh, by the way, Cavs over Orlando. Cleveland leads 2-0. Only 5 Cavaliers scored in double digits. So the finals are rolling in from Madrid this week, and tennis action gets rolling here. But what were your highlights last night? How about the NHL? What a night in the NHL. Hey, we told you that some of those road teams might come through. Yeah, we struck out with the Kings, certainly, but they got goals. I mean, I don't know. They might still be a threat, but we called it with Vegas last night, with Toronto last night as well. Pretty good picks here on the show at 5-2 in my premiums as well last night, with a couple wins in the NBA with the Cavs and the Sixers. So how'd you guys do? Oh, Chad's in here, left us his plays already. Check it out right there. Oh, it looks like we got a challenge. First game's up. We're going to have a challenge right away. I can't get on those Suns, man. Nothing against the play for Chad. Might be a lock now with the Suns to rebound, because I just can't get involved with those head cases. It feels like to me. Maybe I overthink it here. Hey, nice to see you guys, though, everybody. And let's get them on screen right now and start to chat it up here. Bummed out about the Kings losing that game. Certainly, they really didn't fire or were giving up goals. But Vegas, certainly impressive to get that win on the road. And Toronto, we talked about it, but they scored as well. And Carolina, obviously, talking that big comeback against the Islanders, just ripping the hearts out of the Islanders there in that one. Hi, everybody. I'm getting to you. Just so much excitement last night. I'm so excited to be back with you guys doing the show this week and moving forward here. Just getting my mind together on sports and sports betting. I got a premium package up there right now at tonyspicks.com, and went pretty well. So we'll take you over there. I'm still learning the ropes. I'll keep saying it until I get it right. Here this week with our show, as I get back on track. It just felt smoother before when you do. I told Tony when he invited me to come back and do the show. I said, hey, I was on a little bit of a Iron Man streak there, several hundred shows in a row. I think I counted them off at 253. Afterwards, remember we took days off when we had the other show, and then I was by myself, and 253 straight days of show, and little hiatus. We're back, and we're gonna beat that streak, promise you. So we're off and running here this week. We're on day number 4, so maybe we'll keep track. All right, hi everybody. Chad with the plays, the Bucks, and Phoenix as well. Hey, Giannis is moving closer to a return. Not this time, but maybe next game. So that should be pretty cool. Thomas is here today. Dre's here. Dre, great support when I was down and not hanging out, uh, encouraging me. We'll get back on the air, and here we are. So, oh, Brent, man, it's just they played pretty well. They got a pretty decent team. You know what? Here's the other thing about it. What people were kind of talking about, right? Did the Lakers, were they like, oh, should we tank it up here? Should we tank it up here, right? Do we really want to play Denver? And interesting thought to it was, you know what? Why not, if you're an older team, why not just go for it now, right? You got to play Denver eventually anyways. Yeah, it's hard mentally when you're down, right? It's kind of like the old talking about with Joel Embiid too, right? His mental game. But so maybe the Lakers are like, hey, let's take on Denver early when we're stronger, and then maybe if it's a little bit less of an opponent later on and we don't have as much. So, all right. Fernando, he says he's been hot. Lewis Eisenhower here today. Great to always have Lewis. How about the trends that are going on with some of these right now? Not to mention Chad talking about us here, but everybody talking about those first half unders right now, and the unders in general at this point, and the home teams and getting the money, and winning teams getting the money. So just a wild. Joseph, also thank you for your support. Fernando, I guess these are yesterday's plays, I think, right? So great job. Blake here today. Salty talking about it, right? The A's were that early game. They get it done. And I talked about it a little bit with Tony on one of the videos from today. If you want to check it out, I did talked about the game, and the A's, maybe their team just rallies together on the road. Oh my God, everybody. Lazzy Love. Oh, Lazzy, it's nice to see you and have you back here with me. Jeff Schramm, hello. Fernando. And Darren here as well. All right, I'm going to go quickly over to tonyspicks.com and take a look at what's going on with the website and who's on there. Maybe I'm going to the leaderboard because I made it for once here. We're back on it for sure. Maybe I'm just guilty of playing too many games during the garbage time of the NBA season. So all of a sudden, I had a few days, a few bad days there at the end of the regular season. So we'll get it back because the playoffs, I'm a little more solid. It seems like when the clutch games are going, that's when I'm better. You guys probably are that way too, right? So a little bit of steam coming in right now. Let's, if you heard it in the background, the line service just updated it, and it is one of those ones that if you're going to play this team, let's do it right now, because the Minnesota Twins are taking action right now at least 255, and maybe I'll just spill the beans. I mean, it's not hard to go with it. I gave out my total on the game with Tony last night, talking about how anybody can come on and just mail it in with the. If you ever watch Tony's show on or the drive through, and there's a famous commentator in the chat. He's like, every time someone comes on with the old square pick, I'm talking about Johnny Stewart, and no problem. I agree with it. But sometimes, you just take the obvious, right? And I think Minnesota's the obvious play again today. Eventually, I want to still find the White Sox spot. Fetty, a pretty decent acquisition considering his history, his track record, right? From going from, being a crummy pitcher here, but going to Korea and, becoming a great pitcher over there in a lesser league, no doubt. And then coming back and, maybe he can still be serviceable. But these White Sox have so many issues. And with Lopez there, anyways, we're going to take Minnesota anyways. If you want to get on this Minnesota and just do that, going against the White Sox thing right now. I mean, I don't know how many other ways you can paint that situation at this point. And I'll be right there when I'm ready to go with the White Sox. It could be tomorrow. I don't know. It's not today. One more day going against the White Sox, but the Twins are on the move right now, taking steam. It just came up on the screen. Okay, take a look there. Bo done, everybody. Oh man, Bo doing a great job. 6-2 yesterday. Great job, Bo. Stephen Duncan is crushing it, and he's been doing well in baseball. But he's got all of our hockey roundups every day, and I've already watched all of his commentary about the games today, and I'm interested because we got 4 incredible games today to talk about. There I am with a 5-2 doubles. Are you in there? I didn't see you in the chat yet. I'm off the screen right now, but the VIP account, Joseph Schultz, who's been doing a great job with the roundup, with the NBA pretty much each night. See, he took off the last couple of games when it was garbage time, and that's why he's up there on the top of the leaderboards. And I can't help myself, but I'm going to give you at least sports picks every day. We want to gamble it up sometimes, but things are getting serious and solid here right now. Ride with me today over at Tony'sPicks.com. There's Ronnie Crawford as well, 7-4. Ronnie, how'd you do if you're out there in Korea last night? I didn't have too many winners, I'll tell you that. I had the over in the Hanwha game, and I think that was about it. Didn't really do too well in Korea last night, but didn't go too heavy. So, all right, and a couple other regulars up there as well. The last 7 days, Probby Samba Murdy up there, heavy volume. You always get a huge card with Probby, so you do get great value with his cards here. Doubles up there as well, up 4 units. Tony, nice job here, up almost 4 units for the week. Ben Ruhala, you see his great videos as well. Bo's up there as well. So head on over to Tony'sPicks.com, click on the All Cappers tab. You can find the handicapper of your choice and click on their handicapper profile page, and that's how you get signed up. Like I said, I've already got. I'm trying to heat up. I've got a special, $25. Get my 3 NBA picks for tonight, and I'm coming off. I'm starting to click right here in the playoffs. And also I got 1 hockey play and a baseball game for 25. And any of the cappers might be chiming in there as well in the chat. Welcome to give out their packages as well. That's the way you support me here at Tony'sPicks.com, coming on and doing this show, hanging out with you, is subscribe to this package. You don't have to look at it as if you're some talking head tout on a Saturday morning on cable anymore. You're just here to support me. And by the way, I'll give you 5 great picks for tonight's action. All right. Thanks everybody for listening. We'll get into the picks, the free picks here with Chad. Hey, Thomas Bird's here. Welcome back to Team Steam. There's Ronnie. Great job, Ron. Hey, Ron has, if I'm not mistaken, a couple of videos for tonight's action. You can check them out. If I'm not mistaken, Ron, yeah, Ron's got 2 videos, 2 plays up on the videos today. So M Looks, thank you. for stopping by. Sounds like you knew we were back, didn't have time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jeff Schramm says right now, let's get into it, shall we? With the game, there's one game of absolute significance in international on our international soccer card today, and it's between Chelsea and Arsenal. And what's going to go down here in this one? We know Arsenal's a huge favorite in this one. Look at Jeff. He says BTTS here, Arsenal and BTTS. Uh, they're laying a goal and a quarter on the Asian handicap. You got to like that BTTS right now, especially with the. I think Chelsea's gone 10 of their last 11 BTTS here. The total's about 3 right on. So, 2-1 is going to be kind of getting some money home for Chelsea. I don't know, but BTTS sounds good. I think it's $1.40 or so. So thank you, Jeff, for that might be our soccer coverage. All right, great to have all of your comments in here. Remember, that's what it's all about. Is your guy? I'm going to give some free picks. I'm going to talk about these games. Thomas says he's got over on all 3 games. Okay. Ron said there was a rain out, so maybe I need to update my card because I did have. Oh yeah, I had the under in the SSG game. No wonder I didn't have the results of that one in. I went under 12. I think I bought a run because you know I end up guilty of buying. I'm like buying runs, and it's just a little. It's just a little different. Handicapping for me, and I need to get Ron's Korean picks. I know. In fact, Ron, we just had a final come in. I know you're probably watching the game. I actually just took a loss. I don't even want to talk about it. Kia scored 3 runs in the top of the 10th inning, defeats Kaiwoom 5-2. Oh my goodness, my Kaiwoom run line gets doomed by 3 runs in the top of the 10th inning. Oh my gosh. Good thing I didn't have a package on that. All right, Fernando, what's he saying about the game? He might be looking to lay a goal and a half. And Arsenal right now looking down at everybody in the standings. Okay, and he'll wait until game time. So, all right, you guys might talk me off, but I was thinking maybe Chelsea can stay in the game here by a goal. All right, I think we're getting ready to do some previews here, but I just wanted to see some late information coming in. All right, let's roll and get going with the NBA picks here for today. Start with first game on the card with Suns taking on the Timberwolves tonight, and Chad said it. I mean, he likes Phoenix, and got to respect that. And look, Phoenix is going to get the attention of most, I would think, here today. But I feel I'm trying to look into the psyche of the Phoenix Suns. I mean, I don't want to play this team. I probably, if I was weighing out all the factors, the on-court factors, the fact that, should get a performance out of Booker tonight and a better performance as the Suns can come in here and do a decent job. But, man, I just these guys seem to me to be kind of a head case. And maybe they can get it done at home. Maybe you would think a head case team would win on the road and then maybe blow it at home. I don't know, but I'm going to end up taking Minnesota on the show here in this one. And I got to play on the total certainly for my premium play. So I won't break it down too much. I'll just get your plays here. Lauren's here today, though, and says about maybe some props. So maybe I could at least in place of just I'm going Minnesota. I'm going to lay the short number here.
Final.
Thomas on the Wolves in this one. I'm going to do it too. Darren on the bounce back here. And he does love the Suns in this one. It's a challenge. It's a challenge. Chad's under. But maybe I can just give a feel for the players that I'm liking tonight. in prop land. I do like Minnesota, so probably going to be on the two big dogs, if you will, and Edwards and Cat as well. Actually, I don't like the matchup, of course, for Gobert against Nurkic, but I do like the matchup for Nurkic against Rudy. And that's probably all I like. I'm down on Booker, and that's probably one of the reasons why. Um, I'm down on the Suns here. I'm down on their backcourt in this game against the Wolves here, going up against Conley, Edwards. So, Dre leaning over here in this one. And Chad says it right. It's just, and Mikey M was in here yesterday talking about those first half unders, and everybody, it's like one of those situations, and even the reverse negative jinxers are now like, well, once it becomes a super obvious trend that's just crushing like first half unders, then it's all over. It doesn't quite feel like it's all over yet because of the officiating and how it's drastically changed here, the complexion of the games. I don't know. We even have Indiana playing Milwaukee today. We'll talk about it in just a moment. And remember, those teams were playing 250 in the regular season, and then the games just stop. So they're just, you saw examples of it each night right now with the collisions, and I almost buried the big story, right? I don't know if it's the big story. The big story is the great performances, but the 76ers are very, very upset, and they're going to the league, and well, they're protesting. I don't know what you can do. I don't think this one's even worthy of an official protest, right? I mean, I guess maybe it is, but they've gone to the league and said, hey, we're mad about the way it was officiated with the replay, and LeBron too, right? And LeBron even commented about what happened in the Sixer game. So that's what we're seeing here, and it's not a surprise. I mean, maybe it is. I mean, I'm striking with unders again. I mean, I'm going with unders a lot in the playoffs here. I know we're early, and it'll come down. Look, these totals have already come down. Let's look at the 3 games tonight, for example. The Suns open. Well, the Suns open as high as 214, now 211.5 here, and the Pacers game open as high as 228.5 at DraftKings. I mean, and I'm going with the rogue number, but still, you're down to 223.5. We'll go on to that game. Let's just move on. Thanks, you guys. Did you get your plays in? I mean, I didn't see too many plays, but we've only got 40 of it in here today. All the excitement's over, right? I mean, it's like an old girlfriend. They're already done with me after a few days. And so let's go with Pacers and the Bucks. Look, I moved this one down before I went to take a little nap last night after all that excitement. And the tennis card was going to be crummy today to get things going. But this one's already back up to 223. So maybe this is the one where it's not going to be an under because of the Bucks. And can Halliburton get his game back together? What was wrong with Halliburton? We know he hasn't been the same since the hamstring injury to a certain extent, but to not even have double-digit assists for this man, it seems like something was a little bit off in his game. We're moving back close to the return of Giannis. It's not going to be this game, but it could be next game, believe it or not. And we shall see. So, but what I think the Bucks as a whole, right? The entire experience of the unit, the winning experience. Yeah, the Pacers have had the funny thing, right? The Pacers having the Bucks number to a certain extent. Maybe that is something that kept the Bucks awake here for this series, so that they didn't get slept on necessarily, or they didn't sleep on the Pacers, however you want to phrase it. That they're like, we got to watch out because these guys always beat us. We know we're the better team. We have more, but playoff success experience, and that's what it felt like in the first game. So can the Pacers kind of work through that a little bit? Is Siakam really the dominating player that he needs to be. All the other Bucks stepped up. Lillard, interesting, with the 35 points in the first half and 0 in the second half. It shows he can get it done. Shows the rest of the Pacers, they mounted a nice comeback, certainly. Let's see what you guys are saying. Looks is on the Bucks. Thomas is on the Bucks. Trey is on the Bucks. And they need their man Halliburton. He needs to be the star, right? I mean, that was the one. It seemed like something that certainly was missing. Lazzie on the Bucks. Does seem like a consensus play for the chat here on the Bucks. I've got a premium play on the side, so I do tell you. Look, I want to respect everybody. I am seeing a lot of people talking about the over now, and maybe it will go back over here because hey, it's still the Pacers and the Bucks. The Pacers are certainly going to come out and want to be a lot more aggressive offensively. I'm still going to roll with the fact that all these games are, bone dry in the first half, and it becomes a real challenge just to get over, even for these guys, right, to get over 100 points or something like that, and you got the highest total of all of them. I mean, this is kind of you're not even getting the best of the number here necessarily. The number was higher. I'm still going to go under in this one with Indiana and Milwaukee. The widely reported steam came in on the under, but we've definitely seen some buyback here, some pushback to the over. It was, like I said, really just this morning, it feels like that there's been a little bit of a rally here to the over. So I'll still take the under in this one and figure that even with these teams right now, maybe there's something to the no Giannis factor, that the way the game played out last time helped the under as well. We know he's an incredible defensive player, but he scores quite a bit of points. So it's always interesting when you have those great two-way players, and how does it affect the game when they're not in there? Well, the score was this, so all right, you guys, moving on here. You guys got your play in. It sounds like all Milwaukee. And I will take the under still, but definitely seeing a lot of support out there coming back for the over. Like, this will be the one. If we're going to have all these unders, everybody talking under city, the one game you would think would go over would be this one, because that's all these guys did was go over before that first game. I mean, the regular season games. All right. Well, I was caught taking a victory lap here because everybody was on the Mavericks in game one, and I was on the Clippers, notably. I mean, it was real unanimous. So, yeah, I'll, when I got egg on my face, I'll, try to admit it. And when when I'm the only guy in town, I'll go with it too. Who else was with me on the Clippers? And was I just, dumb luck? That happens. I mean, if you're the only guy on one side and all the greatest cappers in the world are on the other side, you probably got it wrong, is really what analysts might say, and you just got lucky. But Dallas probably isn't all cracked up to be, and probably the Clippers aren't either. And thank you. Thomas knows that's my team. And how dare you say Los Angeles Clippers in here? But we know they're the LA Clippers, but I might call them San Diego after that game. Great job by the Clippers. It does feel like maybe the Mavs tonight can respond here, because I do think the Clippers, I think they are that psycho team as well. But Dallas, they're not exactly too stable either. And I think the Clippers are deeper than the Mavericks, certainly. But the Mavericks with their backs to the wall here, and there's certainly a lot of support from top cappers, I think, here in this one with the Mavs. And I don't want to say I proved my point. I just feel like I'm going back to the Mavs here, thinking this one to get this one win on the road tonight. We don't know. We're still unsure about the Kawhi situation. Maybe he is moving closer to returning. Uh, but if he doesn't, one thing to say also, now that the Clippers were able to get one game, that maybe, hey, they can get away with not bringing him back and make sure you have him on the road. But let's see. Chad likes Dallas. He's not going to go with it. Doesn't look like you guys are too hot on this game. And quite frankly, it looks like the other games are getting a little bit more action or talked about anyway. So I'll take Dallas here as my play. My total, I got the total on this one as my premium. So feel like we're running pretty good. All right, that's it for the NBA. Let's move on to hockey. We got a big show here, and already okay. Paul, Thomas was talking about PG. Darren's got the Clippers. There it is. There's a Clipper. There's a Clippers play. Yeah, and like I said, I feel like you don't know how it's going to run with all the other cappers. Thanks, Chad. We'll see you later. Appreciate you as always. How it's going to run with everybody, but man, it felt like everybody was on Dallas, and I was like, wow. I don't mind being the lone wolf. Okay, let's get into hockey now. And tonight's action, and what a night last night. We talked about it already. Man, I get so excited when you guys are in the chat. I mean, I have all these things I want to talk about with NHL, with baseball, and I just want to say get excited with everybody in the chat. So, all right. Anyways, last night, my Kings end up getting crushed. Oilers led 6-2. Kings kind of came back, but man, Connor McDavid, what a night! Had all those assists. Hyman, the hat trick. Toronto got that win. We talked about it, and the Vegas win. I felt, hey, I came out and said, hey, you know what? Mark Stone's back. Vegas going to win. Mark Stone scored that first goal on a power play, and how about that? So I think we can get this hockey tonight here. Washington and the Rangers in this one. And, I don't know. Capitals seem to fight pretty hard right now. Even though the Rangers, massive favorites here, it's going to be hard for the Caps to even come close in this series. But I think they might be able to hang in there in this one and at least cover a puck line tonight or get a puck line here. I know it's hard, you guys, with these empty netters a little bit and the way they're pulling out those goalies early in these games. Really, it's been funny. Even the Dogs that the games haven't been that close. They have. This is hockey. But so far, 3 days, how many overtimes? Zero overtime so far in the postseason. Will that change tonight? Now, this is the first round, so this would be a round where maybe you wouldn't have as many overtimes, right? Because you got the 4-1 match, the wild card one matchups, the 2-3s, you don't know. These are division games, so we'll see. But I'm going to take Washington here on the puck line tonight in this one. I haven't. I only have one premium right now in the NHL, but I was giving this one a long look. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know if I'm done necessarily with the premiums tonight in the NHL, but I'm going to take Washington on the puck line here in what should be a pretty tightly contested game. Anyways, maybe I won't get to a premium after all, but I was looking hard at that total, but man, 5.5 under 25 now. Is that really where the juice lies? Maybe some books I could still get under 20 if I wanted to go under. I'm not sure. Don't listen to me on that. I'm going to take Washington on the puck line tonight against the Rangers. You guys might have a couple of plays. Looks says Rangers and the on the puck line tonight. Gets it done, Lassie Love Rangers. Fernando Rangers puck line and under. So nobody's feeling it with me here necessarily, but it looks like Jeff might take a look here with Washington. Right, I'm looking for one spot to kind of get involved with Washington here. This feels like it might be it for me. And here's Salty says Rangers in regulation. That'll always get the price down. It won't ever be probably a recommendation for me here on the show because I try to just keep to what the products are at Tony's Picks, and that would be money lines and puck lines and totals, of course. But certainly always talking about a way to get, if you want to take the Rangers win this game, get your price down, they get it done in regulation. That's always a possibility. So Rangers in regulation for Brent as well, and he gives us the price there of $1.50. All right. I'll take the Caps on the puck line plus a goal and a half today. Maybe that'll be our first overtime. Okay, next game, you guys, and I'm probably this. I said I would take more passes, and this one really has me bummed. I'm on the Panthers, as my big futures bet, and I don't even have a great price, but I don't. It's not a big, huge bet, but it's enough to give me the interest. I think every game from this point forward, and the odds given here. So this is a game that scares me. I think the Lightning are very live here. I probably go premium. I don't like being that type of person that, especially now that I'm back with the Tony's Picks YouTube channel and, being very transparent. So I'm on the Panthers to win the Stanley Cup. I don't even know if they're going to, if they are the best team anymore. That's just my big futures bet. So this is a game that scares me, and I'd probably be on a premium. How can I do that? I mean, I don't want to give it out as a pick because I don't want to go against or a jinx against the Panthers or whatever here. But this feels like the game the Lightning is going to win, quite frankly. I like them as a dog here. I feel like they're very, very live. This feels like the scary spot. If I can get through this one here with the Panthers, I feel great about. And they're $1.80. I get it. So I don't know. Maybe I could just say puck line. What is the puck line though? It's probably like $1.75. I didn't even look at it because I was like, I'll just tell everybody. All right, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna give out Tampa on the puck line as my play here. Hopefully, you don't think I'm totally flaky on that. But this feels like the spot for me for Tampa Bay. I think the Panthers are pretty good. I think they're certainly contentious to win the Stanley Cup still after last season, reaching that point, reaching the final. And I would think that they're, strong here against the Lightning. But the way this game shapes up for me, the way I handicap, I think the Lightning are hot in this game. So I'll just give them out on the show here. I'm not probably going to go too big on them. And I don't, they always say, hey, if you're making picks, you're probably going to, you want to bet on them. I don't know. I got a big future on the Panthers, you guys. I'm giving out, my pick is on a YouTube video. The Lightning, they're hot. They're live today is what it feels like to me. What are your comments? Joseph says, give me the first period over. Panthers, but pass for Brent Cook. Jeff talking about that Carolina performance last night. It wasn't looking good there, and I got some things invested in Carolina in some contests. All right, I think we got your comments there. Not too much from you guys on this one after I did that big old diatribe on my Panthers futures bet. So, all right, no big deal. I was also looking at that total. I better just maybe. Oh, that was the one where because we know the Panthers go massively. There's Fernando. Okay, we'll get a few more here. Oh, interesting, Joseph. Thank you for that. Very, very interesting. And Fernando talking about Panthers money line and over. The Panthers, they're obviously, Katie, great to see you. Thank you. The Panthers are, big time under team, especially at home. They do just a terrific job, certainly. But, um, man, I don't know. In this one, the only thing stopping me from going over is the fact. Thank you, Katie. Thank you so much. I like and smash, like this video, subscribe to our channel, Tony's Picks YouTube channel for the 40,000 subscriber juggernaut. You get great picks from our crew here.
Final.
Okay, so that's just my position on the game. This is a very selfish show, so hopefully, you guys. Tampa Bay looks pretty hot here in this one, and I don't know how it's going to affect me moving forward if they win that game. And like I said, that's the only future I took was on Florida, and it was back when we were on the show before. Okay, Avalanche and Jets here. Look, we scored with the Jets. The Avalanche has a lot of experience at this point, right? The Jets had a lot of excitement, a lot of momentum. That game was wild. The Avalanche still kept coming back on the Jets. It must have been very, very uncomfortable for Jets fans, but they got it done in a wild game. Now, I'm not saying there's going to be 13 goals scored uh, in this one, but man, there could be a lot of goals scored. Maybe not 13, but maybe it will be an over. I don't know here in this one. Now I have a premium on the side, so I won't necessarily get too into it necessarily. But man, I don't know. It just after seeing that first game, I mean, you would think the Jets know they can't do that again, right? Or can they? Is that the strategy you really want to have? Now it worked good. Is it a strategy? You would think with these two teams that it might be a high scoring game, but I don't want that if I'm the Jets. I'm thinking I've got to really try to stop the Avalanche because otherwise they're just going to keep coming back and eventually it's going to be too much. It feels like now, fortunately for the Jets, even Hellebuck had a bad, right? It looked like he was having a bad game anyway. Got a little bit of steam coming in right now. Major League Baseball right now, and I'll tell you about it right now because it is a play that I was going to give out here on the show, and it's going over right now between Arizona and St. Louis. It was 8. It's Henry against Mats. Henry comes in with a pretty lofty ERA here, and Arizona might be able to put some runs up against Mats. So the total is moving higher right now, and I was going to give out the over on the baseball segment we get there. So let me just tell you about it right now. We're over is being steamed right now in Arizona and St. Louis. Okay, back to where I was at in this one with Hellebuck. So he gave up all those goals, and they just kept coming. The Avalanche, fortunately for the Jets, Gorgiev is just, it's probably like the one thing that's going to prevent the Avalanche from being able to get to the finish line. It feels like he's been so rough here, but things have gotta, it feels like it's gotta change almost here in this one if they're going to, you know, if they're serious about winning. I'm talking about the Jets now because the Jets are home. Remember, the Jets are the home ice advantage team, but the Avalanche earned the favoritism in the series. Now that it's back to, let me see what the price is in the series here. Actually, here now the Jets have won a game. I'm sure they're a pretty still only $1.65 to win this series. There's actually to me it sounds like tremendous value, but it just shows you the respect that Colorado still gets. I think in this series, Fernando says can only lean the Avalanche. It just feels like the Avalanche are the type of team, right? That this is where the experience factor comes in a little bit, right? Look, there's a Winnipeg. Hey, these guys are pretty awesome. There's no doubt. And seeing them in there, I know who I'm watching in there, Shifley and crew. I mean, they're having an incredible season. I told you there some of the problems. Hello to Mike as well. Mike, we were already rapping about all the NBA trends. Sorry you got here, but please bless us with some great statistics. We're in the hockey right now, so no big deal. But uh, anyways, so for Gurdjieff here, I mean, look, Jeff said it right there, right? He looks like he's just struggling here, but maybe the experience. This is where it kind of catches up with you. And I mentioned, yeah, right now it's always the Jets. They have that little whiteout game with who was it? Was somebody in the chat the other day, or someone on one of the shows talking about how do you have a whiteout when you're wearing your dark jerseys? That doesn't make any sense. But nonetheless, it just feels like you get everybody all pumped up in Winnipeg, but where are they all season, right? They still struggle at the gate. It's a little bit of a phony situation to a certain extent. And the Avalanche, all they need to do is get one road win to swing this a little bit. I'm not going to go with it necessarily here. And has the total moved to 6.5 yet? What do I have on screen? Because I want to go under, quite frankly. Oh, I've tried to put Gerardo's comment up there, not his salutations. Sorry about that. So I kind of want to go under in this one and figure it will not be like that. But it's 6/25, and that's kind of what balked me. I probably wouldn't want to go necessarily on a premium here after what happened last game. I mean, I don't want to be sitting there with egg on my face, but it really, to me, I feel like under is the call for me, and I want to look for some 6.5s right now and see. But I don't see any I don't see any right now. So, in fact, I see some 6/20. So it's not a great price for me. I want to go under in this game, and that's my pick. That's my pick. I got to even write it down because I'm going to give out a play in that one. I mean, I figure it's got to go under here. It's got to not only for the Jets, but the Avalanche should also try to get it under control a little bit if they think they really want to have a better chance. Now, like I said, if it goes crazy, it feels like the Avalanche can do it that way too. So, all right. And I don't hep up on trends too much. So that's where we got Mike. Please, Mike, on the playoffs, because it has so much to do with team versus team. All right. How about the last one here with Nashville going up against Vancouver in this one? You got Vancouver here, $1.65, 5.5 here. And with Josue Sarish and Thatcher Demko going in this one. And not a lot of sharp action so far. Kind of had me figuring if I was going to even make a premium play in this one tonight, and maybe the one that's taken the least of my attention so far. So we'll see if you guys have something in this one, and maybe I can get something together here with you guys in this one. I think Jeff was talking about that last game with Colorado and Winnipeg. That's what I was holding out for. I kind of want. I mean, of course, we know we can get 6.5. It's just going to have to pay the juice. So you're looking for like at least a 6.5 under 20 or something like that, right? So, but it just seems far, far away from that, from any books moving to that at this point. So, okay. Back though to this one, maybe a slight move to the under so far in this one at 5.5, under at minus. I don't know, 5.5 flat. I show some over 15 and some at under minus 115. So I just listed it at 5.5 flat right there. Here's Fernando on the Canucks in this one. I think I whiffed in the last one. Maybe that's why I just wasn't too thrilled about playing this one. I kind of want to take a pass, quite frankly, and just get to the baseball, if I may. I don't know. Only have one pick in the chat, so I'll just move on to baseball, you guys. All right, we got 4 dozen of you in here. I want to thank everybody tuning into the morning steam and cover the basketball and the hockey here. Get my premium plays over at tonyspicks.com for the action tonight. I have one premium right now in hockey, and don't want to knock too much. Don't want to give away too much there, though. Maybe in that last one, I just don't have any comments on the game really, so it doesn't look like you guys are too interested. And I want to get to this baseball card and we get done with this show. All right, I know it's the playoffs, but got 15 games to cover here. And let's get it rolling with the Red Sox and the Guardians. We're going chronological order here in this one. Tanner Houck on the mound here, going up against Lively tonight. And the Red Sox, a little bit of a road favorite here. Widely reported steam did come in on the over in this one. You got right now a Boston team 13-10 on the season. Cleveland, what can you say, man? 16-6. No looking back for this team at this point. Lively allowed 2 runs in 5 innings in his first start this season. And he has had a little bit of history against Boston, a 2.55 ERA and a 1-1 career record. Houck has a 1-1 career record with a 2.22 ERA in 3 career starts. Boston has won 4 of their last 5 games right now. So they're also starting to pick it up here a little bit after that little bit of a rocky start. Cleveland, of course, we know red hot, 13-4 in their last 17 games, including 6-3 at home. So series opener here. Cleveland's won 5 of their 7 series openers. They've gone over in 9 of their last 12 games. Tanner Houck, 2 overs, 2 unders so far. A little bit of, okay, just want to hit this right now as we're covering the baseball here. But, man, the Rangers today, talking about the hockey Rangers, they're looking like they're going to be taking some action here momentarily. The line service is reporting some steam right now on the Rangers. I don't know if it's popping off necessarily. We'll keep an eye on that. But showing 280 now at a few spots. It may be heading a little bit even more. So, I mean, I was willing to go here. Also, I just want to mention more steam rolling in on this card, a game we just talked about, Colorado. I talked about wanting to go under in that Colorado-Winnipeg game, and the over is taking steam. So I may get my wish after all. It might be too late. I already gave it out here on the show. But we might start seeing that one move, get to that 6.5 after all. I think it might, Jeff. Okay, let me get back to this. Wow, interesting movement here, reported by the line service. All right, we're on the baseball card. Kind of, would like to see some line movement in that last game, and maybe I'd have a better feel for what was going on. Okay, Boston for Thomas. Here's Darren on the Red Sox. And Brent Cook on the Red Sox. Cleveland's so hot right now, but Fernando says, give me the Red Sox and over. Jeff leaning Cleveland here. It's all about the team steam, but we do want to get in Gerardo. Look, I said I didn't want to downplay the big Champions Cup game, the CONCACAF Champions Cup game. I mean, it is a North American feature, I guess. So let's give Gerardo his props. Thank you, Gerardo, his pick here. We need that. We're going to need that pick tonight. Take a look again, everybody, because we're not going to have much soccer today. There isn't much soccer today. There's also Coppa Italia. All right. Anyways, I want the over here in this one with the Red Sox. Look, I did give you the numbers of these two pitchers. Pretty decent so far, no doubt about it. But the Red Sox have been trending under. But like I said, Cleveland 9-3 to the over in their last 12, and the fact that it's gone to 8.5 over here, the line just ticking a little bit, probably too high for me. At least it's juiced to the under, but I'll take the over as my play tonight in this one. And I wasn't quite sure of the side yet. Actually, kind of maybe like you guys in the chat, looked like a pretty good mix right there. So I'll take the over. All right. Here's the Phillies and the Reds with Sanchez going up against Abbott in this one. Couple of left-handers here. Today, you got Sanchez, a 2.53 ERA so far this season. Abbott comes in with a 2.70 ERA thus far. And for Sanchez, he's 1-2 overall. Philly is 1-3 in his 4 starts. We know Philly red hot right now. They've won 10 of their last 12 games. Things are really clicking for them. But with Abbott in there, with that, they're 2-2 with Abbott so far. We know Abbott can be pretty tough. He's started against Philly previously with giving up a run in 5 2/3 innings. Sanchez does have some experience against the Reds. 2 starts, a 4.09 ERA, and a 1-0 record. Phillies with that 5-2 record on the road thus far. But the Reds, they've started to, get it together here a little bit. They've won 3 of their last 4 games coming into this one. So I'm gonna end up on the Reds. The Phillies are hot, man, no doubt about it. But I think with Abbott, and I think just the fact that the Phillies are, the slight favorite, I'd rather just take this even money play here with a Reds team that's playing pretty okay. This Phillies team is looking great right now, given this record, no doubt about it. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Reds here in this one. And let's see, Mike says under here, Philly, Philly just in general, right? With these totals here right now, Philly just clicking. 9-14 to the under thus far. Darren going under here. That's it from you guys, it looks like. Yeah, Abbott, I agree with that. I agree. I'm going to take him to look at, Abbott allowing just a 209 batting average so far. And Philly, Sanchez, a BABIP right now of 339, but Abbott's BABIP is 227. So I'm giving an advantage here to Abbott, not necessarily the whole handicap based on that, but I do want to differentiate right now. Nothing against Sanchez. I certainly am, no problem with Sanchez. And all right, yeah. Talking about those bullpens right now, but you do have 2. I mean, Philly is last also. We're bottom bullpen right now in the major leagues, ERA wise. I don't think the Reds are that much better. Maybe the Reds are a little bit better. I think they got about a 4 ERA. So I'm on the Reds here though today. All right, Brewers and Pirates. It's not Wade Miley. I know that. Let me fix that. Let me call up my notes on this game because I know that they are going to end up here with Bryce Wilson. The Brewers pitching is kind of a mess, and that may be putting some people on the Pirates here. I don't know, or maybe they're not, but And let me make sure. I don't know if we've even had an official update yet that Bryce Wilson. I'm starting to see the line come out at a few other books now as well. So maybe here we will find out for sure. I'm pretty sure Bryce Wilson is going to get the start. Milwaukee's pitching is a bit of a mess. The starting pitching, they're going through some injury woes here right now. But look, I mean, you got Pat Murphy. They're criticizing Pat Murphy all over the place for mishandling this pitching staff. Whatever. Scoreboard. Here, the Brewers are still 14-7. They're doing just fine, thank you. I'm going to take them here in this game. I think their pitching will be just fine here against the Pirates. I don't care who's starting here. They'd probably had another guy mentioned here as well. And Wilson has plenty of experience here to come in here, and even if he doesn't go that long, the Brewers have won 3 of 4. They're 10-3 on the road thus far. Falter's been good. Last 3 starts, 1.69 ERA, and Pittsburgh's went 3-1 in his 4 starts, but Pittsburgh has lost 9 of their last 12 right now after that great start. They're 4-5 at home. Maybe the pitching will be better than people think in this game. I'm going to take Milwaukee here, though, one more time at this point in a fairly evenly priced game. I might be on the square side here, it feels like a little bit. And Jeff saying it right there, right? Again, I'm trying to talk up my man Pat Murphy, that's all. Fernando, right? Yeah, and it was yesterday. It was the same situation. I mean, it did feel pretty public-y yesterday. With the Brewers and the Pirates definitely got the money. And it's one of the reasons why I'm kind of coming back on the Brewers here today. Hello to Justin today in the chat. Fernando on the Brewers with me. And Brent, okay. All right. So give me the Brewers here in this one as my pick here on the show. I think it's a pretty good price for Milwaukee. All right. Dodgers taking on the Nationals. Uh-oh. Who's Dorbin? That's probably... I know it's Fade Tyrone Dorbin Day here, but still pretty tough. Everyone wants to play Fade Tyrone Corbin Day until it comes time to play the Dodgers, who are already down a dime this season. But no problem. I'll pay the piper sometimes here. It feels like with the Dodgers. I don't actually know if I want to do it here necessarily today. I mean, I want to look, if everyone wants to play to Fade Tyrone Corbin, that's kind of when I want to come in on them. It's just that I don't want to go up against the Dodgers here right now with Corbin with an 8 ERA thus far. We'll take the over. This was going to be a premium until the total was 10. I don't think it's 10 yet, but it's probably going to be. It feels like it's going to be 10 here eventually. I did see, it's 10 under 15 at DraftKings right now. So this one feels like it's going to go through the roof, and the widely reported steam came in on the under. I'm sure the Dodgers will smash these guys. Go Dodgers. Woohoo. But, man, I think the Nationals may actually get their contribution here. The Dodgers have, they could give some up. I mean, for whatever reason, the Dodgers ERA is in the mid-4 right now, 4.33, I think, last I saw. And so maybe the Nationals can come through with some runs, get the run line here in this one. I'm not ready to call anything for the Nationals at this point, but usually if I can get a decent, anything decent on the Dodgers, I'm ready to roll. But like I said, so far, and remember, I mean, the Nationals have given some back, but talk about the Dodgers being down a dime so far this season. The Nationals are up 5 3/4 units so far this season as well. So, but they are 1-3 in Corbin starts. Dodgers 2-1 with Paxton so far this season. Always uncomfortable for me to go over with a couple of lefties, but probably going to go over here on the show as my pick. I'll go over 10. Can't trust Corbin. Jeff likes the over. And Otani is not scheduled to pitch this season, Thomas. He will not pitch this season, recovering from surgery. So, too bad I was off the air when with Ipe, but yeah, we can make some Ipe jokes along the way. He's played a little poker in my area down there. Joseph, thank you for that. Wow, must have been a good day for me. Makes me want to check it. It makes me want to check out and read off all the under winners that I had yesterday, including the Phillies and the Reds under. We gave out the under on the show with the Marlins and the Braves. And, boy, I thought we had more than that, didn't we? We had some more unders than that. Oh, the Orioles and the Angels. All right, keep it going here now with next up. I've got the over, and that would have been a premium, the Dodgers and the Nationals. That we would have went premium on that one. Like I said, had it not gone through the roof. I don't know if there was ever a 9 over 20 out there, but no. So maybe I still could have rolled with that. But the big steam came in rolling pretty hard, and I'll just take it over right now on the show. All right. Tigers and Rays, just in time. Look, we're talking about over, all the unders, but you do have one of Tony's favorites here with Kenta Maeda getting lit up so far this season. But I don't know. We might be able, with these with the offenses right now, the way it's going. You look at the Rays averaging 4 runs, both teams really averaging 4 runs a game, and that Tiger bullpen, man, they really are doing a pretty awesome job. They are number 1, I believe, in ERA currently still. I might have to look it up. I want to know. Wow, yeah, 1.70 the Tigers bullpen ERA thus far. Now, I'm sure there'll be, some regression to that, but wow, that's really good. And for the Rays, you got Pepio going here in this one. And this one's tough because Rays are $1.60. That looks pretty high. Even though Maeda's been terrible, he's got 7.64 ERA so far this season. Pepio, 4.37 ERA. Probably nothing too special here. Maeda, Tigers are 1-3 in his 4 starts, and he's gone over in 3 of his 4 starts. Tigers looking good on the road, though. 9-3 on the road. That's why they're having a great start. 13-10 right now. Pepio been better in his last couple of starts. In fact, 2.65 in his last 3 starts after getting rocked in that first start. So, has a little bit of experience with the Tigers. He had pitched came in after an opener and pitched 6 innings, giving up 1 run. Let's see, NBA Steam coming in right now. I don't know how it did the other night. Maybe those were these games that are coming in tonight. But New Orleans and Oklahoma City, the Steam is rolling in right now on the over. Interesting enough, in that game. That game is, of course, tomorrow. New Orleans and Oklahoma City. Steam on the over right now. That's tomorrow night's game. I tried that already in the first game, so we'll see. I just want to report it right now in case you're interested in that game. Let's keep it rolling here with Major League Baseball. Tigers for Darren. Fernando on the Rays. Thomas on the Rays. This one, it's funny. You got Tampa Bay is like a minus $1.60. Kind of like the Tigers. I don't know if they can win, though, with Maeda. The run line's minus $1.60. I'll just take the run line. I'll take the Tigers on the run line. I'll be that guy. I'll take the plus money and lay the money here and probably get me knocked off the network. But let's roll with it. I'll take the Tigers today on the run line in this one. All right, Athletics and the Yankees here. Coming right back at you, man. The Athletics did it again yesterday, 2-0. Great job by the Athletics. I said they probably will go on the road and, maybe perform admirably, getting out of their little situation, out of where they might be feeling uncomfortable, where they feel unwanted. The fans actually do embrace the players kind of a little bit going through all this stuff, but boy, the Yankees, for whatever reason, and as crummy as they're looking, they're booing Judge. Now they're $2 favorite. Sure, everyone will just pound the Yankees here. I don't want to do it. I kind of want to take the A's on. You got Blackburn here, 1.08 ERA so far. Stroman, he's found another home in New York, and I'm sure he'll be just fine here a little bit. I know all the metric guys are going to point to Stroman. This will never sustain. Can't keep this up. Maybe he can't. Maybe he can't. Whatever. But 3.63 ERA in his last. Let's see. Yankees are 2-2 in his starts. He's got a 2.42 ERA so far this season for Stroman. 1.16 the WHIP, allowing a 210 batting average so far, but a 250 BABIP here in the A's with Blackburn, real good, allowing a 191 batting average so far. The A's might only have 9 wins. Blackburn's got 4 of them, so 4 starts, 4 victories. That's pretty good. If there's an ace of a bad team, this would be the man right here. So thank you, Mike. Oh, man, I'm sorry I went right by that, and we've already moved to the last game. Still trying to get a feel for getting back on the air. I'm like, dead air. I can't figure out where my, there it is. Thank you. Thanks, Mike. Thank you. And thank you. Maybe good I'm on the run line then. Oh, those are my 4 runs on average. Okay. Just come in here and ruin my life. That's okay. I mean, I'm on the one on Kenta Maeda here. Let's see here. First 5 under from Darren in this game. And Jeff, thank you. Not going to trust Oakland. Fernando wants to go under here at 7.5.
Steam play.
Colorado Rockies are taking some action right now. The steam is just coming across. You might have heard it in the background. The Rockies playing my Padres today, going up against Michael King. We're going to get to that one in just a bit, but prices are going down big time. If you like the Padres, there's going to be some value coming up because looks like the Rockies are taking some steam right now here on the Morning Steam. That's what we do here, is give you live breaking sports betting information, as well as me rambling on some sports picks. Give me the Oakland Athletics on the run line here. I think it's minus $1.20 or so in this one. Whatever the problems are with the Yankees, it's not bothering the A's any. Yankees couldn't even score yesterday. What are they going to do today against Blackburn? All right. Mike says they keep getting steamed so far today. Maybe we can get to that game here soon. Let's keep it moving. Yeah, I keep checking it too. Yeah, it is some serious steam. Circa is moving down right now. They're taking it out at 143 or so. We got to get to that game before it's all gone. All right. How about the Marlins and the Braves today with Rogers here going up against Max Fried? And Fried with these gaudy numbers so far this season, 7.71, the earned run average thus far. Certainly he'll turn it around here for the Braves. These are still the Braves after all. They're only 15-6 That's all they need is for Max Fried to turn it around here, going up against the Marlins. The Marlins are already down close to 12 units so far this season. The Braves still doing a pretty good job, up nearly 4 units for being all favorite all the time and everything. So, hey, got a couple of lefties here. I would think, I would think the runs could be, that's pretty high total. It's probably 8.5 by now, right? I'm sure that there are going to be some pretty smart people betting the under here, under 8.5 at circa. It's all 8.5s and juice to the under. Man, a whole run off of this game since I typed it in last night. It feels like anyway. So I'll just give it a new number. This is what it feels like at this point. And I think 245 sounds still pretty good, but definitely this one's been dropping big time here. And, well, I mean, I guess the Braves will smash them, but I don't care. I'd probably want to take the Marlins. I'll take another run line. I don't know. How many run lines can I get on here today? It feels like. Rogers has a 3.92 ERA so far this season. That sounds a lot better than what Max Fried's got going. Like I said, Fried will probably come back here and start to work on these numbers a little bit. Hey, he could have a 10 ERA at this point with the run support he gets. They've won every start that he's been in, and, well, Miami's lost every start that Rogers has been in, and he's got his ERA under 4. That's not great. We know that. His whip is pretty bad too, 1.54 the whip. Fried's got a 1.95 whip so far this season. So why is this one going down? I imagine we'll see some, I imagine the pitching might be okay after all in this one. Look, these two starters don't have great numbers, and the total's getting rocked to the under, quite frankly. I'm gonna grab the Marlins here. Give me another run line. That's what I do on YouTube. Give me a Marlins plus 1.5 minus 120. Make sure I at least get a ballpark figure on that and figure I get it right. Oh, even money. Oh, there we go. Give me the Marlins. Give me another run line here. Thomas Lewis might have a parlay piece. Fernando Lena and Marlins. How about maybe in the first 5? So you got to start taking the Marlins sometime to start getting back in there. They're only playing 250 baseball so far. That's never been done. So they'll pick up some wins here and there. Maybe today's the day. I don't know. I'll grab them on the run line. Probably sprinkle a little bit as well. Why not? Okay, next up we have Toronto on the road taking on Kansas City here. Widely reported steam did come in here on the under in this one so far. That's driven it down a little bit here with Gosman on the road as a road favorite. Okay, I get you. I don't necessarily have any qualms about that at this point, especially given the fact that we see Toronto starting to, 13 and 10. They're both 13 and 10 right now. So, but Gosman, 8.16 earned run average so far does make you just take a step back here. Michael Wacha, hey, we all want to make fun of Wacha, but 3.75 ERA, 1.04 the whip, a 221 batting average against so far. That's pretty good. 270 the BABIP though. But still, the way Kansas City's playing, they're playing pretty clutch so far in this one. So far this season, considering their expectations coming in. Maybe their expectations were somewhat more promising than a lot of people gave them for, but I like them here. I'm going to take the Kansas City Royals in this one to get it the win over Toronto at even money or so. And, let's see if Gosman can work things out here at this point. Certainly having, everyone's kind of jumped on him a little bit. And, it's hard to, kind of back him at this point. I want to, but Certainly the numbers just aren't there so far right now. Over in all 4 Gosman starts so far this season. So I don't know what those Sharps were thinking. Toronto's won 7 of their last 9. So, definitely heating up. We mentioned it, kind of give them some respect there. And the Royals have lost 4 of 5. Maybe that'll kind of neutralize things a little bit. But just note this. Talk about that, why they reported steam and the fact that, Gosman's gone over in all those games, but Toronto's gone under in 8 of their last 13. The Royals have gone under in 11 of their last 15 games. I don't know what I'm doing here with the total just yet, but give me Kansas City tonight. Next up, the White Sox here are going to take on the Twins. I previewed this one a little bit with Tony last night, and well, what I was saying, and we talked about it here, right, or a little bit earlier, talking about how the Twins have already gotten hit a little bit here. And what is the current line? Is it up to $3 yet now? No, it's still 280 run line, -1.5, -125. Look, White Sox continue to get blasted. It doesn't take, a guy on YouTube to come in here unless you want to like dial it down and say, hey, maybe someone clicked on this link for the first time and they don't even know what they're watching. And I'm like, hey, there's a situation where you can invest money by betting against a certain baseball team that's really bad right now and can't even stay in the games. And they're called the White Sox. All right. We don't want to, bag on them too much here at this point, but I talked about the total on Tony's show. I can't back him in this situation. Now, Fetty got a 3.1 ERA so far. I talked about his journey here, and this is okay spot for Fetty to arrive and pitch for the White Sox. He's been okay for him, but White Sox have lost 19 of 22 games thus far. I have it here for you. I want to get to this steam coming in here because it's a boring game. And the St. Louis Cardinals are taking some steam right now. We're about to talk about that game in just a little bit. And against Arizona today, we already talked about the steam that rolled in on the total in that game. And right now, the Cardinals are going to be moving higher past 125, even maybe 131 at Bet Online, 133 at Bovada. This to me sounds like maybe the Arizona lineup is going to be a little bit depleted here today, unless there's again, we're expecting Henry and Matz. We'll get to that game in just a moment. Let's just stay on track here, but Darren will lay 2.5 runs here at this point. So I'm going to give out the Twins. I'm going to have to give out something. I'm not giving out the White Sox. I talked about the total with Tony. I'll give out sides, totals, and run lines. And I think the Twins are the safer bet here to get it done and roll again over the White Sox. This is what I saw last night. I kind of joked about on Tony's show. Every time I looked up, it seemed like the Twins player had hit the ball to the left center field gap and the ball was hitting the fence. And the man was running around third base. Now, I thought maybe, how you're going one of those when you have to watch I don't know if you guys want to watch one of those streams where you don't have the right, we have all these subscriptions. Even I get caught sometimes. Where do I get this game or whatever? And the same plays like going over and over and you don't realize it until like it happens like 2 or 3. I thought that's what it was, but no, it was just the Twins were hitting the ball to the gap and scoring. So probably get more of that here today. Lopez, 4.12 ERA in 3 career starts against Chicago. Fetty has never faced the Twins. Astros and Cubs with JP France on the road here, going up against Jordan Wicks of the Cubs. You got France here, favorite on the road in this one. I talked about this game with Tony a little bit last night, so you can check out that video as well. Gave some keep, more trends and stuff I'm trying to keep away from here. That's why I keep having this dead air where, I used to roll off a bunch of trends and the show went 2.5 hours. So really just want to cut to the picks here, and that's what we're going to do. We'll be on with Tony every night, give a little bit more in depth, talk about a little bit maybe here with these two. France is pretty bad, a 7.08 ERA so far this season. Houston 0-4 in France's starts, but I'm taking them. I'm taking them here today. Houston, I know they're really rough right now, 7-16. This is not the Houston that we're used to just yet, but with Wicks coming in here, Wicks has a 5.29 ERA thus far. He hasn't looked that good at all, but I think both pitchers will be on the improve here, actually. Cubs doing well. They've won 6 of 9. They're 7-3 currently at home. Astros have gone under in 6 straight games. Wicks has gone under in 3 of 4 starts, and the Cubs have gone under in 8 of their last 12. That being said, I'll take Houston here in this one. Can't really sell you on many, because the Cubs are up massive units so far this season, or Cubs are up 3.5, 3 2/3 units maybe this season, but it's the Astros that are down 13 2/3 units so far this season. So it's been rough. I'm taking the Astros here in this one. Look, their favorite. I'm not going to say, for a reason necessarily here. Both these pitchers are kind of rocky at this point, but give me the Astros in this one on the road against the Cubs. The Astros have to improve that bullpen for sure. Hey, Ryan, nice to have you here. Really good. Maybe we've spoken before. I don't know about that. I'm a little worried about that avatar. I might not. Looks like a duck has been wounded by an arrow. But nonetheless, I still welcome you to the chat. And I'm not going to certainly think it could have been a legal kill. All right. I hope I got that right. Anyways, Jeff over here says wind blowing out, right? I'm actually talked about the wind a little bit last night on the show, but okay. Thanks, Ron. We'll take the sports picks. We won't worry about the game. Nice to have you, and thank you for bringing your parlay in here. All right, let's keep the show going. We're going to wrap it up here in just a little bit. Diamondbacks and the Cardinals got just a few games here to roll. Diamondbacks and the Cardinals. Hey, I already said I was going over. I think I'm stuck with it now, right? Here, I did just talk about that steam that just rolled in on the Cardinals. Yesterday was also one of those games where I thought the world was kind of on the Diamondbacks, but I came in on the Cardinals in that game with Lance Lynn and was rewarded. It wasn't easy, but they did give it done. Now, I don't know if I'm ready to come back here with Steven Matz just yet, but I think I am ready to roll here on the over in this one. Kind of read off some of the information there, I think, when we talked about the steam that kind of rolled in on the over near the top of the show, and kind of already put me on where I was headed with the total anyways, because I thought it was kind of high. It's listed as 8.5 over 20 on the screen there, and now it's 8.5 over 15 at Circa, 8.5 over 18 at Bet Online, 8.5 over 20 at Bovada. So right now, that line on the screen is stale. I'll take the over, though, in this one and lay the juice with the Diamondbacks and the Cardinals. And maybe we could have a little something to say here still on this one. I feel like I want to add some more premiums in baseball. I just don't want to get off where we're kind of warming up here or heating up here real quick, microwave Vinny Johnson style in the playoffs. But we clicked in the baseball yesterday too with a 3-in-1 day. So, all right, give me the over. And looks like nothing from you guys or the chat working. We got 4 dozen of you in here. And we didn't have quite the burst we did. It might be me too, with trying to get back on track. All right, Let's go with the Mariners here and Logan Gilbert, and you have the Rangers here and Dane Dunning in this one. Gilbert comes in with a 2.33 ERA, Dunning a 3.91 ERA currently. For Seattle, they have won 5 of their last 6 games currently. Texas are 3-1 with Dunning, but Seattle's 3-1 so far with Gilbert. Rangers have lost 5 of their last 9, and they're just 5-5 at home thus far. Dunning here has gone over in 3 of his 4 starts, but Gilbert's gone under in 3 of his 4 starts, and the Mariners have gone under in 16 of 21 games thus far. I got to go under in this one at 9, under 15. In fact, currently the 9 is, right about there, maybe even 9 under 20. That's okay. I'm going to take under in this one with Seattle and Texas here. I feel like Seattle might get some attention here from the public, maybe from the cappers, but I'm going to just take the under here on the show. And let's see here. Brent says he's on the Mariners. Everybody wants to fade stunning Dane Dunning. Stunning Dane Dunning has a 4.28 ERA in 8 career starts against the Mariners. He's 3-2 overall. For Gilbert in 10 career starts against Seattle, a 2.88 ERA and a 2-2 record. So I'll take the under here. That seems like these two pitchers have had some decent success against the respective team. Dunning less so, certainly, but again, Gilbert with some good numbers. Okay. Rangers here for Darren. All right, my Padres going to take on the Rockies. We talked about that widely reported steam that kind of rolled in here while we were on the show that came in. Let me see here. So the Padres on the road, hey man, Michael King has done a pretty good job, and every Padres were getting kind of knocked around a little bit for acquiring him. I was pretty sure that this might be a pretty good situation for King to get him out of New York here, where he really can, maybe this is the right situation for Michael King. So. Look, the Padres here, they got it done last night on the run line. I think this one might be a little bit tougher to get that run line money here tonight. But, it seems like the Padres, and it wasn't easy. Like I said, it ended up being a low-scoring game, 3-1. It was one of my had a pretty good day, was one we failed on. The atmospheric conditions just maybe weren't quite right there. But I'm going to try it again. I'm going to go over tonight. Let me see. I'm sorry. I don't mean over. I'm going to come back. I went over last night in a premium and lost, and that was not the right call. But here tonight, I think I do want to take the under here. And let me make sure. What is the total? That's wrong, right? Oh, it's mostly 9.5 now. Okay. Let me make sure I got this one right. Might be red. Thomas Lewis taking San Diego, taking the Padres. Thank you. Just rescue me here. Oh, that's okay, Jeff. Thank you. Yeah, I mean that really. I might have to just switch it up here. I might have to roll. Actually, I kind of like the Rockies here tonight. Actually, with Feltner, but. All right. Might just take a pass here in this one, you guys, all of a sudden with my Padres. I'm sure they'll still roll these guys. Why wouldn't they? I mean, these Rockies are just awful. All right, give me the Padres on the run line. I'm not going to mess with that total right now. I'm going to have to reanalyze that. And it seems like the Padres are just continuing to roll here. little bit of change on the fly. I'll take my Padres. I mean, I might have set a record already this season for taking the Padres compared to last year. And like I said, just like the way things are going for this
Final.
team. Look, I don't think they're any better than last year. It just this is way more entertaining to watch this season than last, and it's only been hasn't even been a month yet. Yeah, hopefully. There you see right there, Jeff asking about Manny Machado. Manny's back here, but we just need to see a little bit more production right now from Manny currently. Okay, let me see what is. We get that complete report here. Just bang on the keyboard a little bit. Okay. Ryan, we went back. We had the hockey and the basketball already. So, yeah, Jeff, I think they were actually calling for him like he was available to pinch hit last night. So, I really want to look more into that total. Okay, let's get this show over with. Orioles and Angels here with Grayson Rodriguez and Griffin Canning, and the Orioles on the road here. Look, we had them last night. This price is already pretty high, and we might have lost you on Twitter, you guys. If you're on Twitter, anybody, let me know. They're updating me here that Twitter is kind of on the production end. The Twitter stream has ended. Hope we didn't lose anybody. Okay, keep rolling here. We had Orioles last night in that game, 4-2 win over the Angels. We had we also called for the under. We gave out both on Tony's Picks YouTube channel. And boy, I'd really like to roll with the Orioles here again, but I probably won't do it at $1.55 or $1.60 in a premium. And maybe we can even take them here on the run line if you wanted to. I just like the Orioles. I'll just take them on the money line here at $1.55. I'm sure they'll be a pretty popular play today with handicappers. I kind of want to do it myself. I almost don't mind. I'm going to play it. I mean, if I'm going to say it, I'm going to play it. And this is one not like that hockey game where I'm like, I can't do it. I will do it, but Orioles to keep rolling here. Canning has an 8.05 ERA. Rodriguez 2.62 ERA so far thus far. So give me the Orioles here in this one. The other thing I would point out, Orioles with Grayson Rodriguez so far 4-0. Angels with Griffin Canning 0-4 so far this season. Orioles certainly off to a terrific start at 15-7. Angels are at 9-14 thus far. Canning 0-3. Let's take the Orioles here. Probably should be a premium. I'm just going to play them on the air here since they're a big favorite. You don't need me to tell you. Maybe someone likes the Angels in the chat. Let's see. Brent Cook on the Orioles. Jeff took it last night. Thomas says you got to take him again today. Thomas with the under here. Oh, Ryan, thank you so much. Thank you. Wait, you just won 11 grand. You can throw Ramon a bone. Well, with all due respect, thank you very, very much, and appreciate you stopping in today. Oh, Jeff says he got a big discount on that. All right. All right, last game here, Mets and the Giants. Hey, this one, let me take a look here. I think we gave out the steam, right? We were talking about it as we were on the show here. What was it again, you guys? You might have to remind me. I'll go back and find it. Didn't we report some steam move here in this one with the Mets?
Steam play.
No, I guess we didn't. Okay, no big deal. here in this one with the Mets and the Giants. Severino, wow, Severino's done pretty well so far with the Mets. Have been part of their, resurgence here in this awesome streak that the Mets are on. They're taking the world by storm at this point. The Mets have gone 12-5 over their last 17 games. Absolutely terrific following that dreadful start. But got Logan Webb looking pretty good here, 2.93. Yes, 2.93 ERA. 1.29 ERA in his last 3 starts. San Francisco's 3-2 in his 5 starts so far. Giants have lost 3 of their last 5, and they're just 6-5 at home so far this season. With Severino coming in here, what can you say? Fountain of youth at this point. 2.14 the ERA, 2-0 record. Mets are 2-2 in his starts thus far right now. I'm going to end up going under in this one. The Mets are producing some overs here of late with the way they're hitting, but the Giants were in San Francisco. Giants have gone under in 8 of their last 11. This was probably going to be a premium for me when there were some 8 unders early. Was hemming and hawing, should I, get on it? We're still going to get on it. We're going to get on it right here as a free play. Free play on the under. And that's going to do it for the show, unless you guys have anything else. Appreciate you guys stopping in. I still feel really rough around the edges. Like we need to do about a couple, like 20 or 30 of these shows before I get, I kind of forget where I am sometimes. And I want to, read off a little bit of stats and everything to back up my opinions. No one just, throwing out picks like you're throwing out darts. And no one gives out more free picks here than Tony's Picks YouTube channel. So join us here every day. Hey, head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Consider getting my Tuesday 5-pack premium pass that I have up there right now with my 3 NBA plays for tonight. Looking pretty good. I won a couple of plays last night. Premium plays in the NBA last night. I had the Cavaliers minus the points. I had the 76ers plus the points in that one, and the Knicks still won it. So get my premium plays there. I also have a hockey play up there in that package. And for long-term subscribers, I have a few more plays in Major League Baseball here. I may even put a package together. Like I said, I'm going to look to maybe get another one, another play or two going in Major League Baseball. After our 3-1 performance last night, I had premium winners in the major leagues last night with, let's see here. With the San Francisco Giants, we had the Detroit Tigers as well as a premium winner yesterday, and we had Philadelphia Cincinnati under. So, all right, thanks a lot, everybody. Appreciate it. Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20% off all premium pick packages, including mine. All the cappers, you saw some of them here. Thanks, everybody, for joining me today as well in the chat, including Jeff, Thomas, Ryan, Darren was here today. Appreciate all you guys for joining me. Fernando, Mikey M, of course. Can't forget Brent stopped by. My man Thomas Lou. Did I say Thomas already? We got a good crew here today. We're trying to build it back up a little bit, but just good to have all you guys back in line here with me in the chat. All stars here on the morning steam. Ron G was here. Joseph Thompson was here today as well. Thomas Bird, of course. So thanks a lot, everybody. Catch you tomorrow with more Morning Steam. Make sure you catch all the videos here on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. That's how you support me. Get my premium picks. You don't have to look at it as like, hey, I'm getting the picks from a tout. You can look at it like that. If you want, I don't mind. But that is how you support me and keep me from coming back. Thanks to subscribers yesterday for picking up those winning packages. And be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern and 6 a.m. Pacific. More picks from Tony'sPicks.com. I'm Ramon Scott.
With Tony T, yes, Ramon SEO. To the double TV funnel and these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The morning scheme is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen